Alright, so we're checking out a new flashlight from WUBEN. This is the PL01. This is a pen light, so it's in the shape of a pen. And it's got a pretty interesting long battery in here. We'll talk about that here in a second. But quick look outside the box and some of the specs here. 650 max in terms of the lumens output. 110 meters max beam reach and a 2 meter drop resistance. Got all your major specs here on the back. So we got a moonlight mode at 1 lumen, low at 50 lumens, medium at 150 lumens, and then high. It says up to 650 lumens. It looks like it's for 1 minute, and then it goes down to 150 lumens for an hour. And you can see the corresponding run times for medium, low, and up to 125 hours for moonlight mode. There's the beam reach and drop resistance as IP60 water resistance as well. Here's the weight without battery and the weight with the battery, and here are the dimensions. Alright, so here's everything out of the packaging. So you get the flashlight itself, USB-C cable for charging, get a wrist strap, get a couple of these, I think these are the O-rings to make it waterproof, and you get the manual, of course. And just a quick overview of the manual, operation modes there. We'll go over that here in the video. Charging, and again, those specs. And the manual is in English and in Chinese. Alright, here's a look at the flashlight itself. There's a look at the LED element. And you got your two-way clip here, so you can't put it on a hat. It's pretty nice. Got your button on the back here. It does have a sticker on here that says, please remove the battery insulation sheet. So there's obviously a piece of paper in there preventing the battery from self-discharging. Going to remove this. And looks like this clip is removable as well if you don't want it on there. We're just comparing this to like an actual pen. Here's an actual pen here, and obviously a little bit thicker for the battery, of course, but definitely fair to call this a pen light. So I think we just unscrew the cap here in the back, and there's the battery holder, and then there's the O-ring that you may want to replace at some point in the future, and then there's the battery itself. And then this is the little insulation plastic there to prevent it from self-discharging. And then this is what is kind of interesting, is very long battery here. Now this will operate off of 2 AAA batteries. We'll show that here later in the video, but the brightness output is significantly lower with those AAA batteries. It's recommended to use the included lithium-ion battery. This is a 10880 size, so it looks like basically 10440, 2 of them together, and it's basically AAA sized. And then you have your USB-C port there for charging. So you charge the battery by pulling it out of the flashlight. There's no charge port on the flashlight itself, which is fine. And then it just looks like a very long AAA battery. Alright, just to show how this charges, just plug in your USB-C cable, and it is off at a kind of a little bit of an angle. You can see there, and get a little red light there, shows that it's charging, and then when it's fully charged, the light will turn from red to green. But again, just looking around the flashlight itself, got nice anodized aluminum, got your branding there along with the name. You know, it looks and feels very solid, like most EDC flashlights out there, and just use this button here in the back. So I think you just press the button, turns it on, and then you half press the button to go through the different modes. So that's the brightest. This is moonlight mode here, so very, very dim. That's 1 lumen, and then half press it again to go to the next mode. That's low, medium, high, off. So it has memory mode, so it remembers what you had last. If that click there, that's a full press. Half press, that's the moonlight mode. So if I turn it off, that's off. If I turn it back on, it remembers that it's in moonlight mode. So go half press, it's low, go off, and then on again. So it remembers that it was in low. So that's pretty much it in terms of the modes. In case you're wondering, there's no strobe light mode in this particular model. Alright, so quick demo with a couple of these nickel metal hydride AAA batteries. Go pull this out. AAA batteries fit in there perfectly fine. Alright, so there's no moonlight mode when you're using the AAA battery, so you just have a low mode, medium mode, and high mode. It's going to be hard to tell the difference here, so I'll just go and turn on and show you, but it is a lower level of output. So this is low. It looks almost like moonlight mode, but it's a little bit brighter. And then go to the next mode, that's medium, and then you have high, and then, whoops, that's off. It still has memory mode. And back down to low, off, on again. So just 3 levels of brightness, but actually, yeah, even on AAA batteries, like these are just rechargeable nickel metal hydride. If you go to medium and then high, it's not bad. It looks pretty bright on the camera, but this is probably similar to, let's say, medium. This is high mode on the AAA batteries, more like medium mode on the lithium ion battery. So obviously it is compatible with AAA batteries. Just note that the lower lumen output level, and probably just use it for backup purposes in case the lithium ion battery is dead, and you can always go to some AAA batteries to get this to work. All right, so go ahead, we'll take this outside in the dark and see how it performs on the lithium ion battery. All right, so doing the outside nighttime test here. Got the flashlight on, and I think this is the low mode. Let's see here. That's medium. We got high. Yeah, this is the moonlight mode here. Got low, medium, high, moonlight, low, medium, and high again. So pretty good beam reach, but not that far. So if we look over in that dark area over there, turn it back on, it's low, medium, and high. Yeah, it definitely makes it a lot easier to see. Got some dogs barking over there and much further over there. So definitely not as good as some of the higher end flashlights out there, like 3,000 lumens, but it says only 650. But definitely does a good job at this lumen level. And then put that area over there. Go back to moonlight, low. So even on low, pretty decent. So just looking at just things that are kind of close, and you can definitely make out what things are. So again, that moves the light away. Pretty dark, can't really see anything actually. But I was looking for like or like a cat or something back there. I could probably find it behind these plants, even on the low setting. So works pretty good. Anyway, that's going to cover for this video. Questions, let me know in the comment section below. Talk to you guys in the next video.